coming in a similar fashion as game 2, where you're in the lead and things happen? How do you handle that as a team?
It's tough. It's tough, man. You know, some unfortunate circumstances. Getting hurt. You know, not having to leave the game per se, but just threw off his natural rotation, his normal rotation. They make that run. You know, we've already challenged the call early in the game. We're trying to hang on the timeouts just in case we need to challenge again. We may have an extra. And, you know, it's one of those games, man. It's a hell of a team. The defending champs for a reason. I've been saying it the entire year, the entire series. They know how to gut out wins. They've been there before. But I couldn't be more proud of our crew. Despite everything that happened, obviously the series didn't go in our favor, didn't start out the way we wanted it to, but to win that one at home, to fight tooth and nail to try to get this one, our guys showed a lot of guts, a lot of character, and their resilience to continue to fight. But, you know, the intangibles, they got us again. You know, we missed some free throws, gave up some second chance points late. It is what it is. You just got to learn from it, grow from it, be better mentally, spiritually, and physically.
How do you square this last year and change, you know, where you make the push out of the All-Star break, you get to the conference finals, of course, lose to Denver, then this year, up and down, but you make the push late, and then to have it kind of end in similar fashion like this? How do you put all that together?
It's tough, man. You know, the completion of my second year in this seat, it's a lot, you know, just from the way the year started last year to us getting to the deadline, making the moves we made, trying to make a push on the fly, which we were able to do. Fell short to the champs, same team. You know, try to maintain our core, some continuity in the summer, which we were able to do, and then, you know, the injury bug hit us, and it just seemed like it wouldn't get off of us there for the first third, maybe half of the season. And, you know, once we start hitting rhythms, it seemed like every time we hit a rhythm, a key piece would fall out of the lineup. But it is what it is, man. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself or ourselves. It's an unbelievable franchise to represent. Couldn't ask for a better governor, a better president of ops than Rob Pelinka, you know, Jeannie Buss. But I've seen a lot in my first 2 years in this seat. So I'll continue to work, get better, and control what I can control.
Darvin, you mentioned AD getting injured, and from training camp, he talked about wanting to play in all 82 games, and that was a thing that I think of the Milwaukee game in March, where he gets a similar stinger and plays through it. What can you say about just him, you know, taking it seriously all year and having, you know, playing his best basketball this season, arguably in the playoffs, and then also playing it through that, even though his arm was kind of just dangling there for most of the second half?
Just trying to battle through and be there for his team. That's it. You know, the time he put into his body this past off season in particular. And you mentioned it, all of the regular season games he played. I think it may be the most he's played in some time or ever, maybe. I don't know. But just him being the type of person he is, wanting to be there for his group and to do whatever is asked of him. And he represented that the entire season.
Darvin, after Murray hit the shot with like 4.5 seconds or so to go, what was the, I guess, you know, it's a scramble. What was the thinking on your end? And I'm unclear. Did you guys have a timeout?
No, we did not have a timeout.
Got it. So it was just a scramble play, or, you know, I guess, I don't even know if Torian's attempts would have counted. Just you walk us through what you saw in that final sequence.
I mean, try to rush it up the floor, try to get into striking distance, and, you know, TP tried to get a good look. Felt like whoever that was that walked up under him, they're not going to call that call in that type of situation unless it's completely gross. But, you know, we tried to get a look up and just didn't work out.
And just as you look back at the year, and obviously coming off the Western Conference Finals a year ago, and there were times, you know, you guys were one of the better teams in the league this year, weren't able to put it together. What would you point your finger to moving forward that this group needs to get to where it wants to be?
Stay healthy. Stay healthy. You take a lot of flack for your rotations and all of that, but rotations are secondary. The primary is health. And when you're losing, you start the season off without key pieces, and you lose some key pieces early. They come back and you lose some more key pieces, and a couple guys have been out 2, 3, 4 times during the course of the year. It's hard to build that continuity. You know, you have all these talented players all along your roster, but to have a set 9, 10 guys, and you know, you lose one, that's one thing, but to have 2, 3, 4 guys missing at different points and times it's tough, you know, and all the while trying to manage a guy that's in his 21st season, another guy in AD that's in his 12th, you know, all the previous injury history he's been through. Health is as great as a wealth, and that's pretty much it. You got healthy players, you can figure the rest out.
Darvin, the series, we'll say 4-1. We all know it was much closer than that. How do you process that, especially these 2 losses where you easily could have walked out of here with a win? How do you process that flying home?
You know, you just have to sleep on it, collect your thoughts. You don't never want to speak from erratic emotion. So you just soak it all in, watch the game, see what you could have done better, and go from there and be better for it going forward. You know, again, it sucks to lose and to the same team. I'm happy we broke that ice and was able to get one. But overall, you know, we won a battle. They won the war. And we just got to figure out ways to get better from it.
Last one. Go ahead.
How do you put in a capsule your 2 years as a head coach for this type of franchise, coaching LeBron and AD at this stages of their career, you being a first-time head coach with the scrutiny that comes with this? How do you capsulize all this tonight?
It's a great question. It's tough. You know, my mind's all over the place right now, so that's a great question, but maybe at some point later on I'll give you an answer. It's been a hell of a 2 years, though, I'll tell you that. Sitting in this seat, it's been a hell of a 2 years. A lot of good things that got done, but ultimately, you want to win that ultimate prize. I know what that feels like. I had that feeling a couple of times. So you want to do everything in your power to prevent, to continue to feel this feeling we're feeling now, the feeling of defeat. And so, like again, I'm going to control what I can control, continue to grow,